Hello everybody, welcome back to Robot Tech. My name is Scouter015, and today we have, of course, Smokinace007. How are you?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Good. Things are going well. We're on Spotify now. It's great. Mm-hmm. Hello. We're listening in the
Spotify.
car.
Hello, audio files.
Audio files. And the second thing, we got our Extra Life medals in the mail. You got yours yesterday. I got mine today. These are Extra Life. If you join today, it's free. And we fundraise for sick and injured kids. Me and Smokinace raise. You get these medals for raising $1,000. So I'm pretty excited. It's your second time getting your medal, right?
Second gold medal, third medal overall.
Nice.
Silver and then two gold medals in a row. So
nice. And then hopefully for a third.
Oh yeah, hoping for that, and can't wait to see your second.
Oh yeah, well. Hopefully. So if you're new to this podcast, well, welcome. Hi, I'm Scouter. This is Smokinace. Hi, how are you? So each month, this is once a month podcast. We talk about the games we played last month, and usually gaming topics. Mm-hmm. So I'll start first of what games I played this month. I played a lot of Teardown. So I literally messaged Smokinace and said play Teardown. It's such a great indie game. And it's fantastic.
Just randomly out of the blue, just got a message of just tear down.
Buy it now, right now.
I think that was verbatim.
Honestly, I that's basically my message to you is buy Teardown. It's just a cute indie Lego destroy 'em up game, and you were kind of indifferent about it. I didn't think how much time I invested into Teardown, and I'm just like, oh my god. Just like everything breaks, and then it's just fantastic.
I was trying to find the message. I can't find it verbatim, but it was basically, buy it.
Yeah,
now.
Literally, I think that was it. I want to say that. And then I had I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
You're making me hungry. You can't bring up that game without bringing me some chicken. Come on.
Yeah, like I said, I said this on stream. Like I played I Love You, Colonel Sanders, or I just saw someone's tweet saying I played I Love You, Colonel Sanders, and all I wanted is to eat chicken. And I was like, yeah, basically, like KFC. If it's true that they made that game, like they done a good job trying me to buy chicken from them. It was a stream redemption, so I had to play it. And then I had my cat Salt stream this month. I played Celeste, Rocket League, and XCOM. Of course,
the forbidden game.
Yeah, forget it. We don't say those words around here.
XCOM.
You, sir, are gonna get kicked out. So, yeah. I got salty, of course, at XCOM, all because I misclicked one little thing, and then my guy went there, and then he died. So, yeah, I was like, I swore it was a one-time deal, and yeah, and then I played some EA game. EA Play is a thing. It's pretty affordable, so if you want pretty affordable game. I played SimCity 4 I just launched a game, and I was like, oh my god. Like, I remember this game, and this is fantastic. So, yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I made people upset on stream by mentioning
surprise.
What else is new, of what games or what movies I didn't watch. I won't mention them here.
Make sure that if you're following Scouter right now, you go unfollow him.
I honestly don't understand why people follow me anymore. So, yeah, cat streams, I'd tell you. Dogs or cats show on stream. I got the most views I've ever got since the 24-hour stream, so highly recommended. Anyways, everyone loves
gaming.
Pets and gaming is both, and is salt stream. So yeah, what games have you played last month?
So the main ones were Played some Metal Gear Solid. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
Nobody saw that one coming.
I know this is not news anymore. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. What do you do?
What do you do?
But played some of that. I'm working on something with that, but that'll be a later thing to discuss. Yeah. You'll find out later.
Okay.
It ties in with one of my gaming goals.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of gaming goals, one of our previous podcasts, it was December's
Listen
podcast.
to it today.
Go listen to it now. We talked about some of our gaming goals for 2021, and one of my gaming goals was to play beat at least one game from my gaming backlog every month of the year. And for February, I picked Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
It is a fantastic game.
It was a game of the year. I remember.
Absolutely. It's so good. It's such a good game.
Underappreciated.
I feel like it kind of got swept under the rug a little bit. I feel like there's just a lot of other things coming out around the same time. But I haven't gotten to put as much time into it as I wanted. We had a kind of big event that happened earlier this month that we're working towards finishing, and then I'll be able to really kind of get back into more gaming and stuff like that and streaming. But so I haven't quite beaten Ghost of Tsushima yet, but I really want to get more into it, more deeply into it. But I think I'll beat it pretty quickly. Mm. And then another really big one that I was super excited about that kind of came out of nowhere is Nintendo had a Direct just recently, and one of the games that was announced was, right now as a working title, is called Project Triangle Strategy. Mm-hmm. It's made by the same team that made Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler, which I really enjoyed. I love playing that game. It's a really fun game. And with this new one, they went in a little bit different direction. So it's a tactical RPG. So if you've played Final Fantasy Tactics, or it kind of in the same vein of Scouter, close your ears for a second, the XCOM games.
You know what?
It kind of has that feel where you've got to be a little more tactical in your placement of your characters, and you've got to be mindful of what attacks you use and items and things like that. And I'm also excited to see the story of that one, because your choices supposedly affect the world around you and kind of everything. So if, say, Scouter and I were to play through the game, at the same time, we might have a completely different story based on the choices we make. So I'm really excited to see that one. But those were kind of the three main games. I played some other ones sprinkled in there. But those, I'd say, were the three that I put the most time into last month.
Nice.
But I know, speaking of the Nintendo Direct, there were a couple things that you were very excited about.
A little bit.
And one of them, in turn, got me very excited about it. And
you're welcome.
Kind of ties in with these the medals that we were describing in Extra Life. So if you care to explain a little bit further in great detail what you thought of the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, so I will say, unfortunately, I didn't watch much of it. I'm kind of glad Nintendo's Direct was a thing, because they have to step up their game with. Now they're competing against Xbox and PS5, and they got to make something, because I know that this pandemic really kind of helped them out with people buying Switches because of Animal Crossing, and I couldn't even buy one for my friend's wedding. It's just crazy that everyone was buying them, and that helped them out, I'm sure. But yeah, it's about time that they had something. It's been a while, and to see again, I only saw a few highlights. The two I will point out was actually Monster Hunter. I know.
Wait. Could Could you repeat?
No.
Wait, you hated the announcement, right?
No. It looked actually really good. Don't tell King Kong Wong or Hyper Chai, but
could you say the whole thing?
You're gonna record this. You're gonna play back and to King Kong and Hyper Chai and like here's what Scudder said. No, it actually looked really gorgeous, and I don't know. Obviously, I'd have to look into the game, and of course, I tweeted to them like as sarcastic as I could because they're big fans, and of course they knew that this was happening. So I sarcastically tweeted like, "Hey, have you seen like lowercase like dots everywhere, just like the poorest grammar you could think of? You seen Monster Hunter coming on Switch, right?" And then Hyper Chai commented, "Oh, did you pre-order it yet?" I'm like, no, but I'm thinking about this one, and I posted a GIF of Mario Golf, Mario Speed Golf was announced, and I don't know why I got excited about it. I was like, man, it's been a while since I played like Mario Golf was a thing, so it's about that time that they put out something new. I know it's something boring, but like honestly, I play I play it on my Switch, the old school version, and it's just fun to just hit something. And now like there's also speed runs that I watch of it, and it's just really weird and interesting. But
I didn't even know that any golf game, let alone Mario
right.
golf games, had
right.
speedrunners. It just shows you that the speedrunning community, they will find any game they can and play it as fast as possible, and it's really awesome to see.
Yeah, it's something simple as that is speedrun, and it's fun to watch, and I love watching all Mario speedruns, but like, and that's probably why I like that one so much, because me as a nerd of Mario. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I have the Game & Watch that I just bought. It's really swift and easy, and honestly, yeah, it's kind of a gimmick, but honestly, it fits in your pocket. I was waiting in line to ship something, and like me, I love Mario, but and especially like I haven't played any Mario since 60. Like the first game was Mario 64, and I just loved it. And I haven't played Super Mario Brothers 1 or 2 or World because I was like too young. I know. I'm playing it now somewhat, and they're hard. I don't know how anyone speedruns those. Like alone, like Kaizo, which if you don't know, is just like Mario, just random and hard as nails, and
so much fun to watch.
I don't know how people watch that or play that either. But anyways, seeing Mario Golf, and I was just excited, and one thing led to another, and now we're doing an Extra Life tournament. When it comes out, obviously we created a channel for on my Discord, so at least we could talk about like, hey, some ideas that $5, everyone who participates, they promise that they'll donate $5 to the Extra Life, whoever wins, and then obviously I know it does have multiplayer, so that everyone can play at once, but I don't know what's the max, and I don't know how many people are gonna play. So, like, it's all going to be in the works, and it's not till June anyways, but at least
we got time.
One thing led to another, and now it's going to be a thing in June sometime. Hopefully we could watch out for that, maybe have, if other streamers are streaming, have a multi-stream so we could all watch.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll have this big event. I mean, I hope it'll be big. It sounds like maybe at least 5 at least for now, but at least when it gets closer to the release date, we could, talk about it more and try to get other people to join and donate to Extra Life. But
donate, of course.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just one tweet led to another. Now we're gonna have an Extra Life tournament because of a tweet that I made, and it's cool and to have the people together. And I hope it won't be like competitive. I'm sure would be fun, and we're all gonna be terrible.
What do you mean not competitive?
Yeah, no, right? We're gonna be. I'll be knocking on your door and like, what the heck? No. It's gonna be all fun for charity, right?
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna probably like try to do trick shots just for fun, or like especially if I'm like losing badly, I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to this spot, like. Try to go over these trees, even though that like shouldn't be a thing. But like I'm gonna get
off an opponent,
right?
Hit it in,
hit it off this like tree onto the green. Like we're gonna have fun. I think. And anyways, I'm really excited about it. I don't know why. It's just a silly game. I almost pre-ordered it recently because I was like, I need it just to have it, know it. I have it, but I'm like,
sometimes those weird little games can lead to the most fun.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. Like I said, especially if they haven't done one in a while. So
yeah.
But anyways, we should real quick. Also was announced was Mass Effect Legacy. So I'm sure you're excited about that.
Very much so. I've wanted to.
I definitely will watch you play that. I think
I've wanted to replay those games for a while. And I've thought about trying to beat one of them in a 24-hour stream or something like that, but I guess it just makes sense to at least wait for the collection to come out. So
yeah, it's a Kermit the Frog.
Kermit, stop looking at me. But yeah, no, that's really exciting. I'm excited to see that come out and just kind of get back to those games because those are really fun. Those are a lot of fun to play. Some really cool gameplay and story elements there. So I'm excited to get back to those ones.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that.
Speaking of getting back to games,
yeah.
Oh, I was just leading. That was my subtle segue. Going back.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Nudge, nudge.
Anyways, so the main topic we want to talk about this month is what kind of games we first started playing. Like, what's our first remembrance of games? Like, is it on PC? And then if we can, I know we kind of hit on it a little bit, but like, have those games kind of established to those games that you played today? We don't have to spend too long since I feel like we kind of touched on some of those, but at least like say, yeah, this one has, or and this is why. But yeah, if you want to start with, what was your first remembrance of games?
So kind of my first memories of gaming, we had an Atari. We actually had a couple different Ataris. My parents had them. I'm not quite old enough, despite my gray hairs, to have.
But you play Final Fantasy 7 when you're.
I'll get to that one in a second. But so I mean, I played a lot of games on the Atari, but of course I was too young to really grasp what was going on. Like we had a Smurfs game, we had Defender, we had a hockey game, some other things, some baseball.
What?
I know, hockey, and you perk up, you play baseball. Yeah.
Like a double. Well, that's not hockey. Sorry, anyways.
But and we had a PC, but like I played World, and the World is Carmen Sandiego.
Oh my god.
Some other games there. We played the Oregon Trail in school, Gizmos and Gadgets, which I actually just recently learned.
What is that one?
4 speed run times ranging from just over an hour to just over 5 hours for that game.
Nice.
Really fun educational game, surprisingly. But probably my first memory that has really stuck with me for gaming is Mega Man X. My sister brought me with her to one of her friends' houses, and he had a Super Nintendo. He had Mega Man X. He showed me the game. I instantly started talking about it, when I got home and everything. And we either had just recently or later that year got a Super Nintendo for Christmas. And, of course, we got Mega Man X, and the rest is kind of history. I've played the Mega Man X collection and beat 5 of them in a 24-hour stream. So
I was there.
you were there, and a lot of awesome people were there, and a lot of that led to getting this gold medal for Extra Life because we raised a lot of money. And so to kind of answer your question, did that game kind of shape what games?
Never, not at all. I mean,
no,
you don't.
Not even a little bit. Never touch it.
Never touch it again. I don't know why I played
Mega Man X is one of those games that I could sit down and I could play anytime. It's just so much fun.
You already answered my question, my lead surprise question I was going to ask of what was your first remembrance of beating the game, but you already just answered that. Gosh.
Yeah, no, it definitely Mega Man X for sure. I still remember where all the power-ups are. I still remember all the boss's weaknesses, how to get the Hadouken, everything like that. So yeah, that game has shaped my gaming so much. Two other games that really stand out for remembrance, of course, Metal Gear Solid. That's the first kind of story-driven game that I can remember beating. And maybe not fully grasping the concept of it, but having a pretty good idea of kind of everything that's going on. I borrowed it from a friend. He hadn't beaten it yet. I actually beat it before him. He was very upset about that. But what can I say? And then Final Fantasy VII, another game that I, had stuck with me for so long. And surprisingly, those 3 games are my top 3 games
ever.
Series of all time. So yeah, it's really fun to kind of think back to the games that I played as a child and to play them now, and just sort of, I wish I had recordings of me playing them then to compare. But of course, streaming wasn't a thing,
especially being underage because I think you need to be 13 to be streaming. So,
which actually, speaking of gaming news, I know that's been a big thing that's happened recently. I don't know if you saw those, but there was a kid that he applied for partnership, and they actually, I believe, permanently banned his account.
Oh, wow.
Because they found out that he created his account before he was 13. There's a whole big thing on it. I don't know all the details.
Creating it before, technically you're not supposed to join Twitch either till you're 13.
Yeah, so that, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I'm not part of Twitch, so I can't,
we can't speak for them.
One or the other, but
we just speak for ourselves.
And Extra Life. No.
And well, I wish. No.
We're
not that important.
We do represent Extra Life, but
yes.
But yeah. So no, those were kind of some of my early memories of games, and what has truly shaped my gaming profile.
What about Goldeneye? I mean, your last 3 is 007, I would think.
Yes. Actually, the copy of Goldeneye 007 for the N64 that we have, I borrowed from a friend.
Yeah.
And I tried to give it back to him multiple times. That cartridge still sits at my parents' house.
To the day.
Still, every holiday, me and my siblings still play GoldenEye and Mario Tennis on the N64.
Nice.
So yes,
you should still try to give it back to him somehow, like find him on the internet and like.
I think we follow each other on Twitter. I should hit him up and be like, "Do you want this back?" Not too bad.
All right, it's mine. You could have my copy because I have 2 anyway. So.
But there is GoldenEye Source that everybody can play for free. Quick shameless plug there. That game is really fun. We should talk about that off stream.
Yeah.
Because we should try to do something with that.
Yeah. When you played it, it just looks gorgeous. I mean,
it's so
especially me who loves Source. I don't know why. It's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous engine. And it's stupid easy, but it's gorgeous. I love it. Probably because of Stanley Parable, but that's beyond the.
Oh boy!
Here we go again.
Everybody take a nap. If you're driving
No, we're
or
done.
listening to this
I'm
podcast, turn it off because he's going into the
He's
stand
going into
you'll
stand
fall
up.
asleep.
Luckily, we like Stanley Parable didn't come out during when I was little, so we're good.
I kid. You should
no.
always listen to Skylar talk about Stanley Parable. It is fun to listen to him talk about it because he's so knowledgeable about it.
I really need to calm down and I just was it today? I know it was today too. That I followed the Twitter account like I mentioned before, and they're just he just knows how much he's trolling people, and it's just really he literally said his title now. You can follow him Crows at Crows ×3. His where it says Scouter005 that's his app. But his title is the Stanley Parable updates now, and I'm literally I just this today. We just need a couple more months, and it has a chef saying release date and going kissing his fingers and smelling this and I'm okay, so this year, and then someone commented below it was supposed to come out in 2019. It's you've been blocked, sir. So anyways, yeah, I'm just itching. I'm sorry. Anyways, we're done. No more.
Everybody who had the podcast on mute, you can come back.
You can come back. We should release a bingo card. If one of us mentions stamp it on the bingo card. Scouter talks about the Stanley Parable. Smokinace talks about Final Fantasy or Mega Man.
Real quick side note on that. I doubt it because I know you're not a giant PlayStation nerd like I am. But there is a YouTube channel called PlayStation Access, and a joke that they used to do is whenever one of the guys would mention Metal Gear Solid, they had a dry erase board, and they would put a mark, a tick mark, every time he did. So there was just rows and rows because he's a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. So yeah. I like the bingo card idea.
Right, but I feel we only have 3. Stanley Parable, Mega Man, and Final Fantasy.
3 boxes.
I'm sure some diehard fan would probably have more than that. Maybe Extra Life or
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Don't Starve.
Planet
Speaking
Zoo.
of, thank you for that segue. Don't Starve. See, way to go.
Good night.
Here we go. But actually, I don't talk about Don't Starve that much. But
it's true.
I'm kind of enjoying so far. It seems like they're going in the right direction. This year, I've seen the release. I think did you send it to me? Regarding here's the stuff for really the Year of the Buffalo was just recently, and they're having other updates, and I'm these events in Don't Starve. So far, to be frank with you, I think this is the company that is overseeing Clay now. Hopefully, this is going the right. I'm excited. I'm ready to play Don't Starve again. But yeah, I'll have to link it to. Well, not that, but I'm pretty excited for it, and there's all these. Oh, and sorry, Little Nightmares 2. I think you were talking about scared games, right?
Yeah, I think we got talking about it at some point.
Right. How My Little Nightmares 2 looks fantastic. Sorry, off topic. But it says Don't Starve Together roadmap, and it's on the forums and Clay. They're doing Year of the Buffalo, 3 character refreshes, 3 content updates, 1 new DLC character, summer event, holiday event. So more events. So I don't know. So far, hopefully, this is the right step. I mean, I'm excited.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I'll link it to you. But anyways, so of course, here we go. The games I started out with, I think the first, and I've been playing this recently, is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We had a Sega Genesis, we had an N64. So I want to say, I would say we bought, the Sega Gen, because that was before the N64. But I feel like we got roughly both of them at the same time. But I feel like we got the Sega first, and then I would think Sonic the Hedgehog was probably one of my first. It's such a simple game,
Yeah.
and to this day, as of right now, dating this podcast, 2-24. I still not beaten Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I don't think anybody has.
It's illegal. Even those speedrunners that you saw, like I watched speedrunners, it's crazy. You could glitch through
they
everything.
stop right before they beat it because they don't want to cross that threshold.
Right. For to be fair, I will say I always play Sonic 2. If I lose my lives, that's game over, and I restart the entire game. I could obviously I sometimes I've continued, but like that wouldn't count. Like I always if I lose my levels, I'll start all again.
Wow.
It's just how I always played it when I was a kid, and to this day, like I think I continued because I think the last run I had on stream recently was I was just like I like died level 2 and I'm like, what is going on today? Like I shouldn't be dying this early, or like if I die I know I'm gonna die because like I've seen so many speedrunners and I've seen some strats that I've used on Dr. Robotnik that I've been using. And I mess up on it and I die, so I'm like, okay, that's fine, but like I'll die. I think I had a clip where like the sound when you're suffocating, but and then Tails grabbed the oxygen for me, and then I died. I'm like, of course, like I was like, really, Tails? I was so mad. I was like, so like you could tell like that run was just terrible. It's just bad luck. But anyways, yes, I would say Sonic the Hedgehog, but like as you mentioned, like I think like playing on computer with like Oregon Trail and like can't think of like any other games that I played besides Oregon Trail. Like I was just like I feel like I snuck in and in the computer lab just to play that at that like it's just. And it is impossible. It's illegal. That's another game that's illegal to beat. You haven't beaten it. Anyways, they'll arrest you. No.
And then you'll get
but they will,
just like in the game.
Right. But yeah, Sonic and then a little bit. I will say Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like it was early games that I've played and that's why I like going back to them now. And there's like, even like I saw, there's a comic game that I saw on the Sega Drive as well that I was like, oh yeah, that game. I can't think of what it's called. It's like comic something, but like it was a weird game. But anyways, and then Nintendo 64 Goldeneye. That was hands down like me and my brother just compete and just like play that all the time. Is good. I think I have to say those two alone were probably like the earliest remembrance of the games I play today. I would feel like Comic Zone. That's what it's called.
I just looked it up. I was
looking it up. Comic Zone. I don't know if anyone else, if you remember that, but that was a hard game too. That was a hard game. Like I couldn't figure it out when I was a kid. I'm sure And then I played Zombies Ate My Neighbors. They don't unfortunately
such a good game.
I know, right? That's also legitly impossible to beat. I think you can't. I heard. I don't know if it's true that I heard that you can't beat the game unless you cheat. Use a cheat code, but I don't. That's probably not true. That's probably true, though.
I never beat it myself.
That's true.
Even with cheat codes, I don't think I ever beat it.
Yeah, you get codes if you haven't played. You get codes at the end of each level, so you can go back to it. So, anyways,
back before memory cards, hard drives, and everything.
Right.
Mega Man X, you had your 12-digit code. We had notebooks full of those codes. You know, I playing Donkey Kong Country. I remember having a save file and going, well, how does this work? Why don't I have a password to get back into my game?
Right, and I think when I did play Metal Gear Solid this month, and I was like literally panicking, and I was like, and I needed the code, and it was like, look on the back of the CD. I'm like, I don't have one of those. Like, come on. And sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I had to tell Scouter the code. But I feel like eventually, if I remember right, I think if you call enough times, they finally give you the code. But yeah, it was so... The amount of Easter eggs and just kind of little trolls and stuff in that game are incredible.
Like, see, that's... Without spoiling a future podcast, that I actually so far liked of Metal Gear Solid, that it's just like... And that's what kind of we mentioned before in the podcast, like... how, like, having these little snippets of, like you mentioned, oh, you haven't gone outside for a while, you should go outside, and then, you know, Doki Doki Literature Club, I see you're streaming, like, what? Like, and, like, even something as small of, like, yeah, look on your CD coverage, like, I probably threw that out, like, probably being a teenage kid or whatever, or whenever I played that, you know, came out, you know, that little snippet of look inside your CD, like, so, like, that's, like, trying to get you back to reality is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, there's probably other, like, most of I didn't really get into PC, and then once I did, man, it's just fantastic. And of course, to answer my own question, what was the first game I beat? I already mentioned it, Resident Evil 4. That's probably the first, that's another stamp on the bingo card.
Everybody pull out your sheet.
Alright, now I need to make one. Way to go. But I want to say that was my first remembrance. I mean, technically... I would say probably Roller Coaster Tycoon. I beat all of them, but I realized I don't know if this was at least all of them in the first like there's now like in the current Roller Coaster on like Steam and stuff. There are like other tabs and there's more and more on each tab. But I at least beat the first page, so. I don't know during that time if those other tabs were a thing or that was DLC or whatever, or expansion rather. But regardless,
expansion packs.
Oh my god,
that could be a whole. That'll be a whole. I think
we talked about something like that.
We did
kind of with the DLC.
Yeah, but back before it was called downloadable content, they were expansions.
Right.
Oh man, Age of
Either
Empires.
way,
sorry, I'm gonna ramble.
We're gonna go into this conversation.
Get off of this topic right now because I will.
That's another thing on the bingo card. Every time we change topics, or go into deep rabbit holes. No, yeah, but I would say that wouldn't have counted. I think because I want to say I beat Resident Evil 4. Before that, and it took me ages to beat Resident Evil 4, as I mentioned, like,
I'm sure.
And I'm sure whenever I beat Sonic 2, I'm just gonna be like, best game ever.
And then you'll be arrested and go to jail. Just
right,
like everyone else who's beating the game.
Gosh darn it, those speedrunners are going to jail. I think, I can't think of any games that, besides Roller Coaster Tycoon. I mean, I don't play a lot of platformers, for Sonic 2. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, I guess, kind of a RPG survival, I guess, and I guess is a shoot 'em up. Sorry, I misspoke. Like a shoot 'em up survival just game of this cat today.
Kitty.
She knows that I mentioned the cat stream today.
She does. She wants back.
She's like, hello. So anyways, like, I think, and I'm nervous that she's gonna break my stuff again. So yeah, I kind of think of any connection. I think just like probably the first remembrance of like, playing Oregon Trail and like loving those games of, man, like I survived the trail and tried to like think of a girl I liked in 5th grade or something, like that's my wife or something, like I don't even know, but like thinking of a random name.
Quick question.
Sure.
What job do you pick in the beginning of Oregon Trail?
God, I don't remember.
Banker. That's the
Banker.
only banker.
That's the
That's
only...
where you get the most money. The only you can try to be the doctor to try to save your family, but it's
farmer?
not working. It's not happening. But no, the banker is always the way to go.
Isn't there a farmer?
Probably, but they don't get as much money.
Right.
Maybe that's why I always lost the game.
Maybe that's why.
I was always the banker.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... See, like, I played it recently and I beat it, believe it or not. But, and there's the Oregon Trail, which is... Oregon Trail, sorry. Of zombie-related... it's all like Shaun of the Dead references and other references that I can't think of. Where did you come from? I just literally got you. I'm done with this cat. She just lives here now. Just those, and then Math Munchers. I played that, and I think I showed it on stream before. I still have the original copy, and unfortunately, it doesn't play anymore. Not like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but sorry, I had to.
Check off the bingo.
Check it off again, right? Double bingo. So yeah, a lot of. I don't think any games besides like finally having that realization of a computer game, if I didn't have that like enjoyment out of Oregon Trail, I don't know like what kind of, I don't know, maybe I'd be a console gamer.
I got you.
Thank you. But console gamer, but yeah. I don't know. So, yeah.
What games did you guys play growing up? What games shaped... And if you got into gaming later in your life, what got you into gaming?
Man,
I know there's a lot of people that, are gamers now that they didn't start playing games until they were in their teens or 20s or stuff like... I started at a very, very young age with just all sorts of things. Like my grandparents had an NES, and we played that. We had PC and N64 and Super Nintendo, and I had a Game Boy Color, stuff like that. But I know.
No, sorry, I just remembered, like, I played a lot of Smash Brothers, but I never owned Smash Brothers. Like, that's weird.
I didn't until actually not too many years ago. I never bought it. Friends always brought it over. No, I'm in the same boat until Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch. I never bought Super Smash Bros.
I mean, I feel like maybe I have, but I feel like either I lost it or something. Like, it's just gone in the void. Like, I feel like I just never owned it, though.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah, I remember I had
even, like, Zelda, I never...
But...
Same thing, Zelda. I mean, I'm not too much of a Zelda player, but, I honestly, to be frank with you, haven't played any of those Zelda games.
Not a single...
Besides the Ocean of Time, the one on the 64.
Ocarina of Time?
Thank you. And I played it for a small smidget of time. And I did enjoy it. I know.
Place your gamer card right here.
Please forgive. I don't know how would I get back into it. I don't know how to get back into I mean, I know to play the 64 again, to even get your hands on one of those copies is like super rare. Yeah. So I don't feel like I would ever play it at this point.
Lynx Awakening on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
heard that
played
one
the
was
remake
good
yet, but I've watched a few different playthroughs of it, and that's a good game. I think you can even play A Link to the Past in Nintendo Switch Online, so you should play that one for sure, because that is a great game that you have access to
on
right now.
Switch, right? Yeah, I think I don't know why. And a fun fact too, my uncles were Mario and Luigi. I think, yeah, I'm not joking on this.
No, that's amazing.
I know, right? So, it's weird. And again, I think I just love Mario for the aspect and the amount of I saw the new Mario game and I'm like, oh my god. I kind of want that one too.
Yes. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is on Super Nintendo Online for the Switch. So, boom, bam, there you go. There's the way.
All right, maybe I'll pick it up. But
it's a fun game for sure. It is a good game.
I have deep roots in Mario, and yet I don't really play very many Mario games. I like it, again, I like it for the aspect. And what's the new Mario game that came out, for the life of me? With the ones with the cats. Bowser's Fury, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I think that looks fantastic. I don't know. I think, obviously, the Mario 3D All-Stars came out, and that's, like, getting me back, because I played a little Sunshine, but not a lot, because it's just a long game. And then I haven't played Galaxy, and it looks fun. I've seen people play it.
I played a little bit of Galaxy. Back, one of my friends let me borrow their Wii, and I played a little bit of Galaxy, or Galaxy 2, one of them. But I never beat it. It was a fun game.
And then, unfortunately, I try to wish every holidays I try to put in Mario games, because I don't have, I have all these Mario parties on the Wii Switch, or Wii, the original Wii. I don't have them it'd be cool to have them now. And
yeah.
And Mario Party, and then Mario and Smash Brothers, of course, and Mario Kart 8, and then tennis, all of these I need to pick up. I don't have Mario Maker 2, but
great game.
Anyways, yeah, let us know in the comments what kind of games you've played growing up. I'd like to hear it. Any suggestions on future topics for our podcast would be much appreciated, because we literally don't know what to talk about every month. So if you guys know, I'm serious on this. Please, if you have anything you want us to talk about, we'll definitely talk about those topics if they definitely are interesting. So, for sure, don't check out Smokinace, because he's going to tell me to check me out, and I'm going to say no, so I'm just going to say don't check out Smokinace007. Do not.
Check out Scatter715.
Dang it. Alright, fine. Check out Smokinace. You can find
You can't fool me, Bugs Bunny.
I know, dang it. I was thinking this podcast around, I was like, you know what? I should probably just not shout out Smokinace, but at the same time, I do value Smokinace's time and appreciation to this podcast, so I feel like I legally have to.
You know that I always enjoy doing this.
I just thought of something.
I always enjoy the bundle of money you send me in the mail to be on this podcast.
Yeah, I sent it.
As long as you keep that coming.
Or I have more right there.
Yeah, throw a stamp on it, send it in the mail.
Fun fact, I joked to Smokinace that I checks in the mail all the time, and I actually sent him money in the mail, and it was Monopoly money. But now...
He did?
But now you could legally cheat in Monopoly, and no one could say anything. It's not cheating if you got it from someone else. So I'm just putting that out there.
If it's from a different area code,
right.
Money is a completely different value.
And especially, it's a money that definitely is not in the original, is not in the current Monopoly. So like a random random money thing that's $500. So you could legally do it, you could legally cheat.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, check out Smokinace007 on Twitch, Twitter, follow all of his things, donate to his extra life, and then he can get that third gold medal for sure.
If you are kind enough to do all of those things, make sure immediately afterward go check out Scatter75 on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, which is where this podcast used to only be, and also now on Spotify. So make sure to go check it out over there.
Can we just 2 seconds? Man, I got really psyched.
Time's up.
I know. Thank you. I got really psyched. That's all you get. All right. Well, thanks everyone. To just put this on, I've been wanting to put. Fun fact: this is not my first rodeo with podcasts. I've been doing podcasts since honestly 2013, and maybe a little bit, but been a while. I've been doing them for a long time, and then now, recently, Spotify being a thing now, in the recent years, since that came about, knowing about Spotify, I'm like, I want one day my podcast to be on Spotify, and just getting excited about it, it's just so cool, and just driving and seeing the image I love, and I'm converting everything to that image. It's
nice.
A microphone with, if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's a microphone with I messaged my friend who's an artist. I could do that, but I wanted to help her out, and I was like, I need to include Smokinace somewhere in here. So I was like, I messaged her, I was like, maybe a robot holding cards or something like that. She's like, I got you. And then, of course, it's like our logo, the robot, a robot logo, and on the other side it's a ace card, and I'm so glad she used an ace.
It's pretty slick.
Here, I'll put it. I'll do it live on stream. There it is. Bam. Anyways, and it says Robot Tech. You can't see it, but everyone else can. But and she even messaged me too, oh, do you like the pink? I'm like, dude, the pink looks fantastic. Especially
it looks awesome.
She's like, I'm sorry about the pink. I'm like, man, the pink, you could keep the pink because it's especially the banner too. It's this red. It goes well with the pink. Maybe one day redo this banner because it crops out Robot Attack. But anyways, yes, Spotify, follow us, and hopefully today I'll be I uploaded all of them. Hopefully, I got episode 11 ready to go, and then episode 12 hopefully tonight, and then this one maybe this week. Hopefully before the 1st. For sure, I usually try to do it before March. But anyways, yes, Spotify, follow us, listen while you're driving, or in the car while you're driving.
Safely, please.
Yes, that's why it's on Spotify, so you don't have to pull up YouTube and make it buffer.
Free.
Yeah, you could download it on Spotify, and you're camping in middle of nowhere and listen to us. So I thought that would be a good idea to do. So you could download this on Spotify and then listen to it whenever you want. So
for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Smokinace, for doing this, and appreciate your time. And thanks everyone for listening, and I'll see you guys in March.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.